This is the correct term. And the reason we say people or person living with dementia is because it puts you first before the disease. We don't say dementia patient, and we don't say dementia sufferer, and we certainly don't say the word demented anymore. Because when you live with it, it feels extraordinarily disrespectful that dementia comes before the person. So this is the term. Do I have it? That's always the first question. I don't know, but I'm going to ask you a few questions. What medications are you on? Are they the right ones? So we're going to ask the doctor that. Are you smoking? Are you eating well? How's your hearing aid? Are you isolated? And we know through COVID what isolation does to our mental health and our brain cognitive function. Do you have present long-term life cognitive neurological conditions that makes effect? As we get older, it's harder to hide those. Why is Granddad acting bizarre? Because he's always had ADHD, he's just never been diagnosed and he can't hide it anymore. Sleep routine. My goodness, if you're not getting enough sleep, please go to your doctor and find out how you can fix that. That is the most essential thing. Please get enough sleep. There is some great medication, natural medications out there, and therapies and relaxation techniques to get the sleep you need. Get onto it sooner, as soon as you can. As soon as your brain starts to fall apart, you're not understanding it, that's the time you need to ask questions. And make sure you tell the doctor you're coming, because you'll need 2 to 3 appointments. And take someone with you. If anyone in this room's been diagnosed and survived cancer, you don't hear everything because you're overwhelmed. Take a mate with you. Don't go alone. So dementia is not a normal part of ageing. And I know we can make jokes about it, but we need to stop and understand that this is not something to laugh at anymore. This is actually something we won't accept, and that we need as much funding as we can to understand how we can stop this thing. And we as an organisation bring children into our conversation as well, and we show them these rooms so they feel comfortable talking to you and are inspired by you to create businesses themselves as they get older. So Dementia Cafés are relatively new, started in 1997 in Netherlands. Most people, if anyone understands that culture, they probably won't be surprised that the innovation came from there. We've got 5 of these things. You'll notice that each of the cafes don't have the word dementia in them. They name their cafes themselves. They even design their own logos. What we do is we provide the funding and the resources for them to have their groups, the admins taken off the table. And there's no stress for that. Anyone who runs a community group, how stressful it is to be the secretary. It's not fun. Dementia exists with 3 groups equally. The volunteers aren't any less important than the carers and the people living with dementia. Now, in this country, there is funding individually associated to those groups, and therefore, any programs for that funding is going to have a person at the centre, and everyone else sort of supports that person. We don't do that. We have 3 together, and at the centre is where we live. So we have funding equally for those 3. This is what it looks like so far after a few years of doing it. Anyone that loves their statistics, my husband is an actuary. If you know what that is, then you're probably having a quiet chuckle to yourself that this slide is his favourite slide. He's a mathematician. Now, I've only got one slide left before I hand over. To get involved in the Dementia Cafe, I hate to say, but we are so at capacity. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8 couples deep in the waiting lists. And it's devastating to see so many people waiting to be supported. We would encourage you to sponsor a cafe through donation so we can make them more and bigger and more often, because we pay for facilitators and volunteers to be there. Not volunteers, we train them. But also think about creating your own Dementia Cafe, and we'll come in and help you set that up. Buy an activity pack, they're just outside. All the proceeds to that will go towards the Dementia Cafés. They were given to us by a printer. He made them free of charge, so 100% goes back into the cafes. And start fundraising if you want to. And Dance Against Dementia is happening for the 3rd year in a row this year at Box Hill Town Hall. And that's something you'll see, I'm sure, in your email because you've already registered to be here, so you might get something about that. Check us out and get in touch with us. And that's all. So thank you so much.